morning to everyone. How are you all? I hope all are keeping good at home. Welcome to today's session. Firstly, I am very grateful to our Honorable Secretary Sir, Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar Sir, for initiating this Jnanadiksha program, which is providing an opportunity to carry on the teaching and learning process even being at home during this COVID-19 pandemic effect. Let me introduce myself. I am M. Parameshwari, teacher of English at TTW or JC Boys, Usnabad. Dear students, before going to start the session, let us look at the slide. Dear students, what do you observe on the slide? Yes, there you have two pictures, right? What do you notice at the top picture? Yes, how are the children in the top picture? Yes, they are very active, enthusiastic. And whereas in the other picture at the bottom, how are the students? They look a bit dull. That means passive. I think you might be thinking, why ma'am is showing this active and passive? By this, I hope, dear students, you got the today's topic that I am going to discuss with you. Dear students, yes, your guess is right. Today I am going to take up one of the English grammar topics, that is voice. Yes, dear students, here we have two voice, active voice and passive voice. Yes, dear students, before going to learn in detail, let's see the objectives of today's topic. The objectives of today's topic means by the end of the session, you are able to learn about the active and passive voice in detail, the structure of active and passive voice, the rules to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice, and finally, you are able to learn the proper use of the active and passive voice in your daily communication. Now, let's see. Let us see the active and passive voice. Yes, now, dear students, in grammar, the voice of a verb describes its relationship with the subject, object, or any other element in a sentence. The verb can be in the active voice or in the passive voice. You can have example like Shiva helps Hari. Shiva helps Hari. Right? And Hari is helped by Shiva. Dear students, you can notice the two sentences over here. In the first sentence, the verb is in active, and in the second sentence, the verb is in passive. So, the first sentence is said to be in active voice and the second sentence is said to be in passive voice. Now, let us learn in detail how to identify the active and passive voice and what are the rules to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice. Right? And before that, let me ask you one thing. What elements you find in every sentence, dear students? In every sentence, we find three elements. Yes? Every sentence, we find three elements. What are they? Subject, verb, and object. Right? In every sentence, you find the subject, object, and verb. What is subject? Subject means nothing but the performer of the action or the doer of the action. And what is verb? Verb is an action word. And what is an object? Nothing but recipient of the action. Right? Based on that, now let us look in detail about active and passive voice. Right? Now, let us look at the slide. We use active voice when the doer of the action is important. Right? We use passive voice when the recipient of the action is more important than the doer of the action. For that, let us have an example. Here, the teacher teaches the students. The teacher teaches the students. Here the teacher is in a subject, nothing but doer of the action, and the teaches is a verb, and the students is recipient of the action, that is object. Right? Now in this sentence the doer of the action has given more important and the sentence is said to be in active voice. Now you can have another sentence with the same sentence, that is the students are taught by the teacher. The students are taught by the teacher. Dear students, here you can notice that the recipient has given more important in this sentence, so that this sentence is said to be in passive voice. Right? Now let us see what are the rules to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice. Yes, the rules to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice. Right? The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. The subject of the active voice becomes the object of the passive voice, and a suitable be form is added. The verb of the active voice is changed into its past participle form, that means V3 form, and the preposition by is added. Yes, these are the rules to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice. For that, let us have an example and let us apply the rules of active to be followed to change the active voice into the passive voice. Right? Now, Sneha writes the test. Yes, dear student, in this what is the subject? Sneha is a subject, writes is a verb, and the test is an object. It is in active voice. Now let us apply the rules to change this active voice into the passive voice. Let's say, as I told you, this is a subject and this is object and this is verb. Yes, the subject and object of the active voice will get changed in the passive voice. Now let's start. Yes, the object becomes the subject in the passive voice. The test, yes, the subject will take the place of object in the passive voice, and suitable be form is added, and the verb in the active voice will be used in its past participle form, that means V3 form. What is the V3 of write? Yes, written. Written, and the preposition by is added, and the subject of the active voice becomes the object in the passive voice, by Sneha. Yes, dear students, yes, we followed the rules, whatever I have told you. Now let us discuss in detail about the be forms. Right? As you know, we have 24 be forms in English. In voice, essentially, we use the particular be forms. They are, the present be forms are am, is, are, and the past be forms was, were, and the future be. For continuous, we use being, and for perfect, we use being. Right? And along with that, in the active voice to passive voice, there are some changes to the modal auxiliaries as well. Let us have an example. Right? Yes, and here it is one more important instruction, that when a sentence with any of modal auxiliary, what are the changes to be done to change into the passive voice? Right? Whenever you find the any of modal auxiliary, either present or past form, we use be form in the passive voice. For that, let us have an example. She will write the test. Right? Here you can notice, however we follow the instructions from active voice to passive voice, the rules as well. Yes, now let us change into the passive voice. Right? The test will be written by her. Right? So whenever you find the modal auxiliary in the active voice, we add be form be in the passive voice. Right? So this is how it will be followed for any of modal auxiliary. Now, if you have any sentence with any of have forms, then in that case we add be form been in the passive voice. Even for that, let us have an example. Right? He has played cricket. Right? Here you found the have form. Right? Whenever you find the have form in the active voice, that have form will be followed by the be form been. Now let us say the cricket has been played by him. Right? Dear students, so this is how whenever you find the have forms in the active voice, we use the be form been. Yes? Now, if you find any of active sentence with the V4, that means V1 plus ing form. In that case, we use the be form being. Even for that, let us have an example. Let us have an example for. He is playing cricket. Yes, here you can notice that the V4. In that case, what do we use? We use the be form being. The cricket is being played by him. So dear students, this is how you are supposed to remember that to follow when you find the modal auxiliaries, you follow the be form be in the passive voice. When you find the have forms in the active voice, you follow the be forms been, and when you find the V4 form in the active voice, you follow the be form being. So this is all about have form. Now let us see the change of pronouns from active voice to passive voice. Right? Active voice to passive voice. Right? Here it is very simple that the subject pronouns becomes object pronouns. Yes, the subject pronouns become object pronouns. Let us see. I becomes me, we, us, he, him, she, her, they, them, you remain you as well, it remain it as well. Right, students? This is how you should remember that. Even for that, let us have one example to change the pronouns from active voice to passive voice. Right? They are eating the food. Yes? So what do we use? They is a subject pronoun. Let us change into the passive. The food is being eaten by them. Yes, the subject pronoun became the object pronoun in the passive voice. So this is how every pronoun will get changed from active voice to passive voice. I becomes me, we, us, they, them, and he, him, she, her, you, it. So this is how the change of pronouns from active voice to passive voice. Now let us look into the other the change of active voice to passive voice. Dear students, how many tense we have in English? Yes. How many tense we have? You are right. We have 3 main tenses in English. What are they? Present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now let us see how the active voice will be changed into the passive voice according to the tense. Yes, dear students, how many main tense we have in English? We have 3 main tense. What are they? Present tense, past tense and future tense. Yes, mainly we have 3 tenses, and each main tense has been classified into its 4 forms, as you know very well. What is the first form? The first form is simple, right? And the second form is continuous, and the third form is perfect, and the fourth form is perfect continuous. Right? So this is how. Mainly we have 3 tense forms, and each main tense has been classified into 4. The first form is that all ones are simple, all twos are continuous, and all threes are perfect, and all fours are perfect continuous. So that overall, how many tense forms we have now? Yes, you are right. Overall we have 12 tense forms in English, right? Now here it is the point that you may have the active sentence of all the 12 tense forms, but the passive voice is possible only for 8 tense forms out of 12. Now let us see what are those 8 tense forms where it is possible the passive voice to it. Let us look at this, right? So though we have 12 tense forms, the active voice is possible of all the 12 tense forms, but the passive voice is possible only for 8 tense forms. They are simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. So the passive voice is possible only for 8 tense forms. For remaining 4 tense forms, there is no passive voice. They are future continuous, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. For these 4 forms, there is no passive voice. And you should remember that the passive voice is possible only for transitive sentence. Dear students, now let us see the structure to be followed according to the tense form, right? Now, so here it is, the tense forms. In the active voice, you will find the subject, verb, and object, right? And in the passive voice, as we know, the subject and object will get interchanged from active to passive voice. So that object, then suitable be form is used, and V3, preposition by, and subject. This is how the structure follows from active voice to passive voice for the tense forms. Here it is that you should also remember one important thing, that may the active voice is present, you may find the active voice of any of verb forms, but the passive voice is possible only with the V3 ever, right? Now let us have one example for idea of this. Let us take the simple present. She eats an apple, right? Subject, verb, and object. Let's change into passive. An apple, be form is, and V3 of eat, eaten, and preposition by, and her. So this is how the structure follows of all the tenses, right? From active voice to passive voice. Now let us see how an imperative sentence will get changed into its passive form. Yes, how an imperative sentence will get changed into its passive form, right? Changing imperative sentence into passive voice. Yes, so what are the sentences will come under imperative? As you know, commands, orders, requests, these are all will come under imperative sentence. Now let us see the change of commands and or orders into the passive form. the word let is used to change the active voice into the passive voice. Right? Let us have an example. Yes? Yes? Commands or orders. Yes, the word let is used. Right? For that, you can also have the structure let plus object, then B form B, then V3. Right? Even you can have an example, open the window. Open the window. Right? You can change that verb and this is the object. Let us apply the structure. And this is the structure for positive sentence. If it is negative, we just add not before be form. Right? Now, let the object, the window, and the B form B, and the V3 of open is opened. So, this is how the commands or orders will get changed from active voice to passive voice. The thing is that you should remember the word let is added. Now, let us see how a request will get changed into its passive form. Right? Generally, the request will start with the word please, isn't it? Now, let us see a request, how a request will get changed. So, generally it start with the word please. Right? It is very simple. We use you are requested to in the place of please. Very simple. You are requested to. Right? You are requested to. Let us have an example. Please come in. Right? So, in the place of please, we just substitute the place please, you are requested to. Yes, you are requested to come in. So, dear students, this is how an imperative sentence will get changed into its passive. Yes, for commands and orders, you use let, and for request, you use you are requested to. Now, let us see how an interrogative sentence will get changed into its passive. Yes, what will come under interrogative sentences? All types of questions will come under interrogative sentences. Here it is, the questions with the do form becomes be form. Right? Do you play cricket? Is cricket played by you? Right? So, simply remember that do form becomes be form in the passive voice. If it is present, we use present be forms. If it is past, we use past be form. Do you play cricket? Yes. Simply what do we use? Be form. Is cricket played by you? Right? If it is past, we use past be form. So, this is how the do forms becomes be form, and the questions with the who. Here also it is very simple. The who becomes by whom. The who becomes by whom. Let us have an example. Who wrote this letter? Right? We just substitute the word who with by whom. By whom was this letter written? So, dear students, this is how you just remember the change of interrogative sentence from active voice to passive voice. And here it is the sentence. It is one more important thing that, dear students, always you do not find the sentence only with a single object. Sometimes you may find the sentence with a double object. In that case, let's see how we will write the passive voice. For that, let us have an example. She gave me a book. So this is the sentence with the two objects. Here you can see that she is a subject, gave is a verb, and me also object, even a book also object. Here the book is a direct object, the book is a direct object, and me is a indirect object. In that case, we can write the passive voice using the direct object or indirect object. Let's write with the direct object, a book was given to me by her. Now let me write with the indirect object, I was given a book by her. So dear students, so this is how whenever you get a sentence with a double object, you can write the passive voice even using with a direct object or indirect object. Dear students, so this is all about the active and passive voice. Now here it is the time for you. Dear students, here it is an assignment for you. Yes, change the following sentences into the passive voice. Yes students, I hope it is very easy to do this work. And so whenever you are changing the active voice to passive voice, you just follow the rules whatever I have told you. And this is how we follow all the instructions for interrogative, imperative sentences, even for all kinds of tenses. So it's a time to recap once. We use the active voice into the passive voice with all the rules whatever I told you just now. Yes, now I am very thankful to one and all for giving me this opportunity. And here it is the students, stay home, stay safe.